In the 1940s, almost 80 years ago, my great-grandfather used to travel from the Andean mountains, where he was born, to the city of Lima in Peru. In those days, you could drink water directly from the rivers. You could catch shrimp and fish with your bare hands. You could eat the plants and sustain yourself for years and years. 40 years later, he would travel from the mines to his hometown with my dad every week. My dad was told not to drink the river water anymore because it was brownish and it was polluted. Even the locals knew that wasn't safe because there were no fish in it. The plants that had once grown plentifully now lay sickly and dead. Now, in the 2020s, what we are facing is even worse. The rivers are now a pale orange color. The rivers are dead, filled with heavy metals and toxins. The plants can't grow without human help, and the soil is poisoned to a large degree. What has happened is that the mines that once promised great prosperity to these regions have poisoned the land they stand on. And now those same mines lay abandoned. What we are facing now is a crisis of conscience, where we as a society choose to willingly ignore the damage and neglect that we put on ourselves, on our health, on our natural environment, on our descendants, to chase the promise of prosperity in the future. And if we continue down this path for years to come, many more will suffer. Mining has had good effects upon society. Since the dawn of humanity, it has been part of our society in ways that sometimes we don't even see. It's in the phones in your pockets. The metals that we get from mining are in the plumbing in your home. They provide billions of dollars to many countries, including our own in Canada. Mining also provides millions of jobs. But the thing is, it has come at a grave cost. Millions of babies have and will be born with birth defects because of heavy metals that alter their genes and make them more vulnerable. We are subjecting these children to a terrible future. Tailings from mines, which are the parts that we don't use, have been poisoning our soil and our land and our water and our bloodstream. So many people have suffered, and we really have to make a change, or else this damage will be generational, even further than it already has been. But the thing is, why don't we act? Why do we turn a blind eye to the effects that mining has? Why does our government choose to ignore the grave effects of mining on our society and our health and our environment? It is because of a belief that since mining is necessary for our world, and a belief that we have to keep mining because you can either keep it or lose it, and there's no way to make it more sustainable. But the truth is, there is. This is a flawed notion that there can't be change, because progress isn't destruction. Progress is not destruction and is ultimately adaptation. It is change. We have to make large changes and small changes and make political pressures and changes within our culture for this to occur. First of all, we can reduce surface mining. Surface mining is terrible for the environment. You have to first clear land and search for a resource, and then you have to extract it, destroying trees, causing erosion, leaching chemicals into our soil and everything else that surrounds us. We can instead replace it with underground mining. Underground mining is less connected to our ecosystems, and by managing the water that is used to mine, we can make it so that less chemicals leach into our environment and keeps us safer for years and years to come. What we want to do is make incremental change and large change at the same time. Underground mining provides that, since it will lessen the damage that mining does until we find an even better solution. Another way that we can improve our situation is with phytomining. There are these plants called hyperaccumulators, as you can see right there. They gather metals from the soil, and once it's in the roots, it becomes part of the plant. We can use this to clean contaminated soil that has heavy metals. And we can also extract the metals that have been lost. These plants, since they take so much metals from the soil, can be used for less mining. It lessens our dependence on mining, making it more efficient. And also, while burning these plants, to get those metals, we can use the heat as biofuel. This is what sustainability truly is. It is efficiency. It is adaptation to use what we already have and small things to make large changes. There is also the reusing of tailings. Tailings are the leftover parts of mining. We can use these by cleaning them and then making roads out of them, or concrete, or after cleaning them, using them for agricultural purposes, replenishing the land that we have taken from. This helps our economy, this helps our future, and ultimately helps us in every single way. Another way is through land reclamation and through regulations. Stronger regulations are important for the future of mining. You want to have stringent environmental regulations so that less people pollute. You want mines to be monitored so that any chemical pollution that occurs is seen by the government, and those companies that are responsible get fined or punished severely for it. We don't have to destroy this entire system. We can simply make the laws stronger and make a better world. We can also use land reclamation, in which we clean the soil that has been mined and then replant vegetation. For example, this British coal mine in 2006 looked like this. This was almost 20 years ago. And after 2 years, after revegetation, it looked like this. It's a green field. It can grow plants. It's full of life. It can be used for agricultural purposes. Ultimately, land reclamation helps us take back what we have destroyed and make it into something good. We ultimately help our environment, our economy, and our future. This is a net positive for our entire society. Mining can be improved. While it may seem like something that is unchangeable, it is possible to make real change with political pressure. As people, we do have the power to make large changes and adapt to our new world. And while I may never get to see the natural land that my great-grandfather once saw, I hope that together, as people, we can create a world and future where our grandchildren can enjoy this beautiful planet. Thank you.